Video is called Be Harder on Your Kids.
Oh, this is a great one.
I talk to lots of people who come into my office and their parents were too hard on them, and so they're never going to be hard on their kids ever.
So passive parenting, that's not a good style. That's not going to lead to anything successful.
In fact, it's a pendulum. There's one side over here that's too hard, and there's the other side that's too soft, and right now we are seeing a culture that's shifting to the side that doesn't actually believe in their kids to overcome things. And your kids are learning that they can't because they were never given the opportunity because, well, we didn't want to be too hard on them.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a culture where and I'm not saying it's bad to take care of people and make sure people don't get hurt and make sure that people are doing okay. But I think we've maybe gone too far in this culture where anything that hurts or anything that's painful, we eliminate that out of people's lives. And well, how are you going to grow? How are you ever going to grow? I mean, I coach a basketball team. If I didn't make my kids run and do bear crawls and crab walks and all that, they're not going to be in shape to play well in the fourth quarter. I know they don't want to do that. That's the worst part of practice. But if they say, oh, coach, we don't want to do that today, what am I going to say? Oh, okay, no problem. We won't do that. No, because I know that's not good for them. If they want to be successful at what they do, sometimes you have to face a little pain.
Being hard on your kid is not being verbally abusive or physically abusive. And so if that's how you're interpreting it, that's not what we're telling you to do. Being hard on your kid is believing in them to do things that they don't know they can do. It's believing in your kid to struggle through something. Well, my kid struggles with peers, so I'm going to pull them out and homeschool them. That's not going to do it. My kid can't seem to reach this goal in sports, and so I'm going to let him quit. Well, you're pretty much reinforcing their insecurity if you don't allow them to struggle and to conquer and to overcome.
Yeah, that's really good, because I think that's something that a lot of people miss is if the child isn't doing well or they're struggling with something and you remove them from that situation, then you actually are reinforcing that feeling inside that I can't do this, and then they'll say, see, even my parents didn't think I'd be able to do that. And then you'll create a precedence for them to not think that they can do anything, and then they'll have low self-efficacy, and they're probably going to live a life that's not really conducive to what they could have lived. I mean, So.
Those baby birds that were not pushed out of the nest, they grow to be the same size as their parent birds, and there's not enough room for everybody, and then they die. That's a pretty terrible illustration. But it is nature. You want your kid to know that they can fly, and you want to be the one that teaches them, because either they won't learn it or they'll learn it from the wrong places. Because there is a world that wants your kids' attention. There is a world that wants your kid to own an identity, and kids who have been protected too much usually walk into this victim mentality. Things happen to me. You're protecting them by allowing them to be victorious and allowing them to overcome struggle. And if this is something that you struggle with as far as being too soft on your kids, well, Jack does counseling for that. I do that too. We'd love to work with you.